Welcome to NightLamp's reading of Mastery of Fate, copyright 1907, written by Christian D. Larson. Part 12.
The place that each individual is to occupy in the world is determined principally by character and ability. There are other factors, all of which have been mentioned, but these two predominate. When character is absent, the powers of mind or body will be turned into wrong channels, because nothing in the being of man can go right unless it passes through the life of character. When ability is absent, man becomes a negative personality, incapable of creating a single course of individual action, and is consequently influenced and controlled by everything with which he comes in contact. The reason why so many beautiful characters are found in undesirable environments is because they lack positive creative ability. It is ability that supplies the power to do things, and it is character that directs the power so that the things done will be worthy and true. By character, however, we do not mean simply a state of being good in the ordinary sense of that term, nor is it a mere attitude of mind that holds preference for the right. Character is an established quality of being, based upon the principle of absolute right. It is a living power with divine consciousness as its source. It is a life that is right, and that thrills every atom in being with the force of justice, righteousness, and truth. Character is a permanent attainment. It cannot be shaken. It cannot, under any consideration, be influenced from without, but it can at all times be unfolded from within. That character should be necessary in the mastery of fate is evident when we realize that all the creative powers of man must express themselves through the principle of the absolutely right, if they are to create a better and a greater destiny, because it is through character alone that the right expression of any force or any talent can take place. Develop ability and develop character, and you have the foundation for any fate you may desire to create. You have that something that wins every time, regardless of seeming exceptions. With character and ability combined, no one can fail, and with a high development of these two, anyone can attain not only great things, but the very greatest of all things. To promote the highest development and the most thorough use of character and ability, faith becomes indispensable. Faith awakens everything within us that is superior, and brings out the best that is within. Faith unites man with the infinite, and no one can accomplish the great things in life unless he works constantly in oneness with the infinite. No mind can do much without the supreme, and no one can do his best in any sphere of action unless he lives so near to the Supreme that the divine presence is consciously felt at all times. We are helped by a higher power, and we can receive far greater assistance and far superior assistance from this same source when our faith is high and strong. A highly developed mind may accomplish much without faith, but with faith that same mind can accomplish a great deal more. And the same is true of every mind in every stage of development. Faith increases the power, the capacity, and the efficiency of everything and everybody. One of the greatest essentials in the mastery of fate is to have a high goal, a definite goal, and to keep the eye single upon this goal, and there is nothing that causes the mind to aim as high as faith. Faith goes out upon the boundlessness of all things. It passes by the borderland and proves there is no borderland. It demonstrates conclusively that all things are possible, and that there is no end to the path of attainment. And what is more, it demonstrates that this path to greater and greater attainment is substantial and sound all the way. There is no seeming void. All is solid rock. Therefore, it is perfectly safe to go out anywhere into the universal. In the eyes of faith, there is no gulf between the small and the great. From the smaller to the greater, there is a path of smooth and solid rock, and anyone may safely reach the greater by simply pressing on. To master fate, the mind must be determined to reach the highest goal in view, and should realize that the goal can be reached, that it is being reached, and there is nothing that makes the mind more determined to reach the heights than a strong, living faith. Faith sees the heights. Faith knows they are there, and can be reached. Therefore, to a mind that would create a grander fate, nothing is more valuable than faith. To attain faith, we must understand that it is not blind belief. It is not belief at all. Faith is a live conviction, illumined knowledge received at first hand through the awakening of that power within that sees, knows, and understands the spirit of things. Consequently, faith not only awakens higher and mightier powers, and illumines the mind with light, wisdom, and truth of incalculable value, but it also brings mind into perfect touch with those laws and principles that lie at the very foundation of all life, all attainment, all achievement, and all change. And it is these laws that mind must employ if fate is to be mastered and a greater destiny created. To attain faith, have faith. Have faith in the Supreme. Have faith in man. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in everything in the universe. And above all, have faith in faith. Last, but not least, the man who would master his fate must do things in love. A tangible fate is the result of tangible deeds. But no tangible deed can contribute to a better fate unless it is the product of love. Desire to do things with a desire that sets every fiber in being aflame. Love everything that is being done, with a love that is the living power of the soul itself. And give yourself, your largest self, your whole self to your life and your work. And what you give, that will be your fate.
This concludes Mastery of Fate, Part 12.